All right. Ooh, reverse Andreas. This looks like a decent hand. So like, do you just jam Oath here? Like, I think my I assume you don't, right? Because you have all these preordains you can build up with, right? I assume you don't jam Oath. I assume you like you would, but I don't think it's correct. I don't think it's correct to jam Oath here because like we can just find one Force of Will and the hand gets infinitely better, right? So I kind of want to like crack first and then go Sapphire Preordain. I could be wrong, but I assume that you're not supposed to just jam Oath here. Like I said, could be wrong, but I have all these preordains. Like, if I had a Pyroblast, I could just like Time Walk and then Oath with Pyroblast up. I'm sure I'll just die to Doomsday on turn 1 if by not casting Oath, but whatever. Does leading on walk, is that better than... No one's ever countering your turn 1 time walk. That's not a reason to jam Oath. I don't like know if like leading walk here is actually very good. I have the land drop. I would have to like, I guess I would find a Force or a Pyroblast would give me a reason to jam. Is that better than casting Preordain? I don't know if that's better than actually just casting Preordain. Maybe it is. No, my instinct is that's not that great, but... If I hit a Mox here, would I go Mox Time Walk? Andreas might be double queuing a showcase. Probably is, actually. So we did find that Pyroblast that we were looking for. It was 2 cards deep. So now we can just pass holding up Pyroblast, and then next turn we can play Oath plus Pyroblast. Seems good. I feel like that worked out really well. Even like we don't even have to go for it next turn either, right? Like that's not a given. I assume they're on Doomsday. Yeah. I think it's like 100 players, 103. I assume we're dead, but whatever. Lotus Doomsday. I mean, I figured we were against Doomsday, but like our hand is, we're not gonna like stop our hand because of that, right? And like we ended up with a Pyroblast, which is better than just with a you know, countered Oath and a pass. So there's 5 cards in hand. There's a Lotus plus 4 cards. There's a Lotus, a Fluster, a Thassa, an Ancestral, and a Gut. No, not a Gush, just an Ancestral. Lotus, Ancestral, Thassa, Fluster. I mean, they have 5 cards in their hand, so there's 5 more cards. There isn't a Yagwell there. Is there a Demonic? There isn't a Demonic. I mean, this didn't draw them any cards, so they still have the 5 cards that they would have normally. They can still have, like, Fluster 4... How many forces? 1, 2, 3... So they have a force in their hand. 1 days, 2 days, so probably 3 days. They could have the 4th days as well. 1 force, 2 force, 3 force. So they probably have a force in their hand. We kind of need to hit our Lotus here. Our 4. We hit our own force, but I can't really give. I guess I can't really give them a turn, right? I'm just gonna get flustered to death. Like if I go Orchard Oath, pass, holding up Pyroblast Force, I just assume that their hand is gonna beat that, right? Should I just go Preordain Time? Should I just go Time Walk? Doesn't really do anything for me though. Like, I want to cast Oath here because then I win on the turn. Like, do I need to be winning with an Oath? It doesn't feel like that's the way I'm going to win this game, right? What card like makes it so I do actually win this game? My own days probably helps. But casting Preordain Time Walk doesn't actually get us more counters. Like, we lose at least 1 counter, right? Like getting our 1 days is kind of decent, I guess. Maybe a second Pyroblast. So maybe I should just Time Walk. Like if they counter this, then that's perfectly fine with me. But there's like no reason that he would. Like, Time Walk for a second Pyroblast is the only thing I can really think of. Second Oath is really not doing it for me. Like, obviously they don't care about this because they're just gonna win on the next turn anyways. I don't really think that our hand should be able to beat whatever Andreas put together here with a Force and an Ancestral, but now I can't even beat a 4th Daze if they have it. Misdirection. So they have Force and a Misdirection. No, so the problem with casting Preordain, I guess Preordain actually would work. I was thinking that I wouldn't have enough mana if I cast Preordain, but I definitely would have enough mana. I didn't count 4 force. Oh, there is a 4th force. Well, they could have a 4th Daze as well, right? All right, that actually worked. So now I get a Grizzlebrand or a Niv Mizzet. Hit Niv Mizzet. I drew my own days. I guess that's the worst. That's the one I didn't really want to draw. But I don't. They shouldn't be able to get to us, right? I guess any time they play instant sorcery, we shoot them as well. Maybe, yeah, Preordain was probably better to cast than than Time Walk. That seems correct. This is like not bad, right? It's a spell. And it might counter something. I missed this last card, Force of Will, I think. Ooh. There's like casting days here. Oh, it was pitched to misdirection. Interesting. Does casting days here do anything for me? I mean, it doesn't do anything if this resolves, I guess, right? That's unfortunate. I didn't think about drawing that card. Well, I definitely should have paid the alternate cost on this. Ah, man, misplay. So bad. So bad, Justin. So bad. I mean, if we get to go to our turn anyways, it doesn't really matter, right? We get a Grizzlebrand, and then we activate and kill them. I guess we might not have enough cards in our library. Does it make sense to cast Dig now? I don't really think that would matter. I guess I can do it with the Gaia's trigger on the... Well, probably don't want to do it with the Gaia's trigger on the stack. Maybe I'm supposed to cast Dig Through Time right now. Does that make sense? I already passed priority, so I guess it's too late. I definitely was supposed to float the mana. Yeah, 19 cards left. All right, now I can just draw 7 cards and kill them. That's true. Maybe you don't want to dig because you don't want to put the Grizzlebrand on the bottom if you hit it. I mean, we have a Gaia's Blessing in our yard, or in our deck, so it shouldn't really matter, right? Okay. I don't think there's a... Doomsday was not a deck when this guide was written, so time to think for ourselves, chat. What do we want against Doomsday? Mindbreak Trap seems likely. Do I want any of these like graveyard hate cards? I mean, everything's probably better than a Braid, right? And Grudge. So maybe I want to put in like Doomsday doesn't get from exile, right? So you can probably put in like Lantern or something. What about like this? Does that make sense? I assume that makes sense. I'm gonna do that. These have to be better than Braid. Oh wait, no, we need a Braid to kill Grafdigger's cages. I guess we have Oko. Maybe I was dumb. Is there Grafdigger's cages in his list? I didn't even think about like people stopping my combo. That sounds about right though, right? No, there's no Grafdigger's cages. Interesting. Does the Grafdigger's cage stop one of their cards? Kind of surprised there's no Grafdigger's cages. Grafdigger's cage only stops the Yagwil, so it's kind of interesting. That's like not usually a big enough concern. Okay, well that's fine. If they're not gonna have any Grafdigger's cages, I don't really see a need for a Braid, so. This hand doesn't have any mana. This hand seems fine. What am I mulliganing? What are you guys putting away with this hand? Kind of want all the mana. I guess I can't use this Pyroblast if I want to play the Oko, but I don't really need to play the Oko right away. Maybe I can just pitch this Ponder and then just hold open Pierce Pyroblast to start. Is that like greedy? Sounds greedy. Maybe I don't even want this Jet. Maybe I just put the Jet away. I'm not playing this on turn 1 or 2 anyways. Maybe this Jet's just not very good. Yeah. Duress? Or just Dark Ritual Doomsday? Dark Ritual Doomsday! Ah, chat! I guess I have to hope I draw out Force of Will again. I guess I have 6 forces in my deck. Alright, time to play the look at opponent's deck game. Will it? Will the Spell Pierce save us? Ah! I mean, we won the last time opponent went turn 1 Doomsday. But that time we had Force. We need Force, right? Instead we have this hunk of a man. Look at that, abs. Rock hard. I mean, not exactly, because they have 4 cards in their hand, Zach. We could always die right here. If they have, I guess it's a little bit hard without having the ability to gush. There are definitely ways we die here, like Sapphire plus Street Wraith being in their hand would kill us. All right, I want to count forces and I want to count dazes and I want to find that misdirection. So 1 daze. Oh, they just have it. Okay, they don't just have it. Interesting. Maybe they have Flusterstorm. All right, so 1 force, 1 daze, 1 misdirection, 2 force, 3 force. I'm only seeing 3 force and 2 dazes. I mean, we're just kind of screwed, right? We can't even count. I guess we can just try to Pyroblast it and then hope for the best. There were 3 dazes. This is so hard to look at. I assume they have a force for my Pyroblast here, but maybe the force is underneath this. Maybe they don't have it right away. We'll just try to Pyroblast this and hope it works out. Yeah, I thought I saw only 2 dazes. Alright, so opponent had the turn 1 Doomsday again. We didn't have any forces that time. This is like the only meta oath list actually. This is the list that all the Japanese players play anyways, at least on Magic Online. It continually puts up results. Like, it's not even always just Fuyamiya-san. It's like case I don't know, man, it's too early. They put up, they had like 2 top 8s in a row, like 16 decks. Like, it's not a small number, right? Miharu, Kesu, Miharu. I don't know what KFC Chicken's been playing, but they always play Oath too. They kind of do whatever they want though. They're always on liquid metal coating. But that's a different deck. But like 6-1, 5-0, 3-2, like Miharu consistently puts up results with it. It's a cool deck, for sure. Got 4 Pyroblasts, so really, what more can you ask for? You could always put 3 more Pyroblasts on the board. Huh. Yeah, this looks like a good keep on my end here. I'm wondering, do I want to just cast Preordain? Or do I just like play Orchard Ruby Pass? Hold up everything. I'm assuredly this is a keep. Is there value to casting Preordain on turn 1 here? I don't really think so, right? You kind of want to draw land and cast Preordain. I don't really think you would Preordain here. I mean, they don't always have to combo on turn 1, right? Like... They just have had it both times. Like, I've watched them play like many turns without like having to, like, if you don't force them to combo off, they really don't have to combo off. They just were on the play, right? They didn't have to deal with counter spells of any kind. We just like let this Dark Ritual happen, right? Like... Andreas Peterson, yeah. Hopefully they like force back here. All right, so I gave him a spirit. That's not negligible. Yeah, dude, Pyroblast is just pure value. Do I cast Preordain now? Nah, probably not. You would now? Alright, I'm in. That's all I had to hear. So we want this Tropical, but we don't want this Daze. Alright, so we're more likely to die to Spirits than anything else in this game. Is this just gonna be dig through time? Oh no, they're gonna fetch for the Watery Grave. That's lit. This is a pretty fast clock. You know, 9 turns or whatever. Are they just gonna go for Doomsday here? Do you let this Doomsday resolve? Like, we should just be able to counter everything and win, right? Am I super, like, is this super greedy to, like, want this Doomsday to resolve? I feel like it wouldn't be. They have 5 cards in their deck. They put, like, 2 Thalias. They probably put 2 Thasas, right? Whatever. Like, we just counter both Thasas and win, right? I mean, we just don't counter something unless it's a Thassa. So like we like let the Ancestral resolve. They put the Thassa on the stack. We cast Pyroblast, and if they count Fluster it, we Veil of Summer, and then the second one we force it. I would think they wouldn't be able to get enough permission here. They could always make their pile like Thassa, 3 counter spells, right? 2 counter spells or something. I don't know well enough either, Cho, but my gut feeling is with the Veil we should be fine. I don't think we force the Ancestral, actually, because I think if they put 2 Thassas in their pile, we lose. Right? And they should put 2 Thassas in their pile. I would imagine he would put 2 Thassas in his pile. So I think we, like, if they do, I don't even know if they would cast Ancestral, but if they do cast Ancestral, I think I'm letting that one resolve. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. We're all gonna learn a little bit here, chat. So we can actually find out exactly what they have, -1 card, right? So we have 1 force, 2 force, 3 force. So they have a force. They don't have a Lotus. They have both Thassas. So 2 Thassas, a force. They have a misdirection as well. No dazes, no misdirection. So 1 force, 2 Thassa. How many flusters? At least one fluster. Well, there's 3 flusters here. There could be less than 1 fluster. Is there a Yogwill? There could be a Yogwill. Ancestral. Force, Yogwill, Thassa. I hope we don't die, dude. Doesn't actually help me right now. We're about to find out if we get wrecked here. Hopefully they like pass the turn and we draw another blue card. Blue card, blue card, blue card. I guess that's pretty good too. Maybe they boarded out Yagwell. I don't really know, Sama. Really know. Like maybe they're gonna like play a Thassa that we have to counter, right? And then Yagwell it back on the next turn. But they don't have enough mana to do a Thassa with that, so. Time Walk after this. Time Walk after this. They could go for Oracle and we'd have to counter it in case they had a Street Wraith. Like if they go, nah, it's just resolves, I think. They only have 2 cards in hand. I don't think we can lose from here. Is my analysis of the situation. So I have to counter every Thassa though, because Thassas are all lethal. Pass. I really, really wanted to draw a blue card there. They're gonna just, they should probably fire one off this turn. I assume they don't have any more mana. I guess I can draw a blue card off Veil, that's fair. Alright, so start by Pyroblasting this. Spawns by forcing. Spawn by veiling. Spawn by fluster. And then we veil and we force the one on the next turn. And then we win. I don't know if it matters long. We just drew all counter magic. And let them Doomsday. Yeah, Veil's an insane card for sure. Now we can, even without it, we could hard cast a force. All right, we'll take that. That was lit. All right, do we get back to Mountain Blade? We got time. We got some time. Might eat a little bit first. I think so. Card is insane. Even counters Pyroblast? Broken. This pizza is nuts, chat. It's unreal. Yeah, I did draw basically mono counter spells, so GG's, Andreas. Well, how are the showcases going? What are you playing? Pioneer? No, Pioneer's tomorrow. So Modern? Nice. I think I'm going to try to play Legacy and Pioneer tomorrow. I probably won't stream them. I'm probably just going to double up on them because I have like 90 QPs left or something that I have to use.